We've got off to such a good start in League Two. We aren't really worried about whether we're going to get promoted or not. It's more a case of when are we going to get promoted? Not on today's episode, I don't think. It may well be a bit too early, but it's not going to be long, I don't think, if we carry on in the form that we are. The other thing is, I did apply for another job and they turned me down. And the reason they turned me down is because I've got no history of avoiding relegation. Really? Hello and welcome to episode 42 of To Be a Legend. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have two games for you. It's the FA Cup third round. Can we go? I mean, we've gone further than we've ever gone before, because previously we haven't gone very far at all. But this season we have got through to the third round where the big boys are. We're not playing the big boys. But we have managed to get through to the third round, as I say. And to be honest, I think we stand a reasonable chance of maybe getting through to the fourth round. And who knows what happens then. So that's first up. It's a game against Crawley Town. And then we play Leyton Orient in League Two. And we'll see how we can get on in that one. Leyton Orient were doing quite well. I'm not quite sure where they are now. We'll have a look in just a moment. And of course, we are being the 11th of January, as you'll see at the top of the screen here. We are in transfer window mode. So let's have a look and see what has been happening since you were last with us. First up, we've played one game since you were last with us, and we've continued our good form. 3-1 win against Northampton Town. Lewis Dobby getting on the score sheet after 2 minutes. Got us off to a good start. Northampton did equalise after 59 minutes. Jack Sawbury, missed him coming on actually, and I didn't do the tweaks. But he come on 59 minutes. But Therese Omatoy after 80 minutes, and Carl McDonald 5 minutes later, rounding it off a good 3-1 win at the Sixfield Stadium in Northampton, which has set us up quite well. I don't think we've lost in the league since we lost to Swindon Town back in October. So since then, we've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 games in the league unbeaten. And that's a pretty good run, if I may say so myself. So 17 games unbeaten in the league, and we're doing really, really well. League Two, as you'll see, we are 18 points clear of Crawley Town in second place. 19 points clear of Leyton Orient in third place. Did say about Leyton Orient, didn't we? And AFC Wimbledon, who've played an extra game, we're 20 points clear of them. So realistically, 20 points clear of the team that are outside the automatic promotion spaces. And as I said, to be honest, it's more a case of when, as opposed to if we get promoted. I'm pretty confident that we will do. And I mean, we are 26 points clear of Swindon Town, just outside of the playoff places. We've got to do something pretty bad in order to end up down there. A goal difference of 40. Lost 2 games this season, Swindon and AFC Wimbledon, the two sides that we've lost to. But as you'll see, top of the pops on goals scored. Omatoy, 21. Lewis Dobby have scored 13. So between them, they've got 34 goals. Average rating, Omatoy is on 7.38. Yeah, I mean, Manny Norquette's not had a look in this season. Player of the matches, Omatoy's had 6 Player of the Match awards. And all told, we are doing very, very well. There was something else we were going to have a look at, was it? Oh, yeah, transfer windows. Don't think there's a great deal going on. As you'll see, Nick McAllister is looking to go out. Callum Hume is the only player that's come in this transfer window, and Duncan Idoan and Reece Greenidge both going out. I did say at the end of the last episode, I wasn't too sure whether Reece Greenidge did play against us in that game against Hartlepool. He did. We didn't notice him because he didn't do particularly well, but he was there. He was there. Right. What else can we tell you about? I don't know. Is there a great deal else? We're not really in a position to do too much in the transfer window. We've got no money, and I think it's about £600 available. Not even that. £500 available in transfer budget. So unless somebody goes, I can't see us bringing anybody in. We might lose a couple and then maybe bring a couple in, but nobody has really been tapped yet to see if they want to go anywhere. So that is not going to happen. Right, Crawley Town, we're playing them twice in about 10 days. As you will see in the FA Cup, we played them once before in League Two earlier in the season. We beat them 1-0 at their place. A very tight affair. Teresa Omatoy on that occasion after 23 minutes with the only goal of the game. And obviously we'll see if we can replicate that today. 2 home games against them today and the game in League Two, but that coming up in the next episode, I think, is what we were going to do. We're going to Crawley Town and Leyton Orient today, and then we'll come back for Crawley Town and Cambridge in the next episode, and then we'll motor on. I think we got an FA Cup, so it's quite well with Chesterfield and Bradford offline, and then we'll come back for the FA Cup, assuming we get through, of course. But we will come back down here, and we should do a roundup of the transfer window as well. Right, nothing else to do other than get into the episode and the games, and which is what you're here for, really. Crawley Town then, first up, an FA Cup third round tie. Can we progress to the fourth round for the first time ever? We've got to the third round for the first time ever. Can we get to the fourth round for the first time ever? Let's go and find out. And this is the team that will face Crawley then for the third round of the FA Cup. And it's Killip in goal, Scanlon, Gamble, Smith and McDonald are defensive line. Viner plays as the defensive midfielder. Camwar and Duddy Zach in front of him. Omatoy and Barrington are the wide players behind Walker, who gets the nod up front for this one. Price, Beck, Linton, Pike, Williams, Hume, Smith, Patterson, Moss and Dobby are all on the bench, and Mundell is still injured. He's going to be out for up to 3 weeks. He's going to really struggling to get in, and Lewis Malden is slowly coming back from injury. He's going to be out for another couple of weeks. Obviously fractured his leg, so he's going to be a little while before he's back in the side. We do have a number of players on yellow cards, so that could cause us a problem if we progress further in the FA Cup. And this is how the two sides line up against one another. Harry Watling is the manager at Crawley Town, and his team to face us today in a very similar setup to ours. Day in goal, Tarula, Strickland, Conroy and Johnson their defence. Defensive midfielder of Harry Clifton, Khalil and Doyle playing in central midfield. Telford and Tilly as the wide players behind Hugel, who is being touted by Motherwell, I think it is, at the moment. Addy, Mason, Whitfield, Sanderson, Gillan, Scar, Palmer, Simpson and Warby all on the bench. Our first highlight, 16 minutes in, and it was Scanlon putting that one wide from a free kick. And disappointingly, that was the only highlight of that first half. We've had 7 shots, 2 on target, 0.89, 39% of the possession, which isn't good. Crawley Town have had 3 shots, 2 on target, 0.11 on the XG, 61% of the possession. We need to win some of that possession back in the second half, especially if we're going to put Crawley to the sword. They're matching us off at the moment. We need to find a way through. And 66 minutes before our first highlight of this second half, and it's Crawley Town on the attack, and got to stop him. Cleared off the line by Gamble. And with 75 minutes on the clock, we're making 3 changes. Carl McDonald is coming off for Daniel Pike in the right wing-back position. We are then bringing off Luca Barrington and bringing on Perry Moss in the right wing, attacking wing player. Lewis Walker has come off, and Dobby has come on for him. Omatoy dropping back out to that left wing, and he will go as his preferred is an inside forward, so we'll put him on as an inside forward on that side. Scanlon will drop back to a support role. Everybody else is on attack, and we'll at the moment, that's how we're going with it, and see if we can make a breakthrough. Free kick for Crawley Town. It's swung in. Gamble heads it clear. Only as far as Whitfield, and Crawley on the ascendancy again. We need to be doing something here. We're not really shown any impetus today at all. And Pike will cut that out. Pike swings it out wide for Scanlon. Is this the start of an attack that might see something? Omatoy, he's really not on it today, is he, Omatoy? He's lacklustre, and he may have to come off in a minute. Hughel's in! And Hughel scores. Jordan Hughel, 23rd goal of the season. And it was Omatoy. Just wasn't interested in the slightest. And it looks like we're going out of the FA Cup. Question of offside, I think. But no. It's whoever this is. Smith is playing him on. Hughel. And with 81 minutes on the clock, we've got to do something pretty desperate. And we are struggling because we have a number of players that are tired as well and not performing, and we can only replace 2 more. So Tyrese Omatoy, who really just depressed me by the way he performed, just really a nonchalant, can't be interested scenario. So he's going to get, he's not going to get, he's been taken off. We've brought Johnny Smith in on that left-hand side to see if we can soup that up a little bit. And we've also brought off Bobby Camwa in midfield and brought on Alex Patterson and also made him an attacking playmaker. And Crawley Town have a highlight, which is a bit of a worry. We need to get back on level terms fairly soon if we're to get anything out of this game. Strickland is taking his time, and that ball swung out wide for Whitfield. Whitfield has got there. He's crossed the ball in. Hughes come back off the crossbar, luckily. Mason, it's all Crawley Town now. They've really done a job on us today, and we're going to have to watch them in League 2. I would have expected us to do quite well here. Oh, Hills are going to get in. Oh, and in the side netting. Oh, it was actually Smith might have diverted that. It's a corner. Mason going to take this corner, wasting time. Swings it in. It's headed clear by Pike. Dobby is going to get there. Can we break? Dobby's run out of pace on there. Pike comes forward, just looking to try and get through. He's got through. Pike still coming forward. He pulls it back to Moss. Moss goes into space looking for Dobby. Dobby! Oh, and straight at the goalkeeper. He was. And highlight from the free kick. And I'm not sure what else to do, really. Smith wins that ball. Duddy Zach forward to Moss. Moss comes forward. Dobby, we're on a counter-attack here. Nobody in support of him at the moment. Patterson is Smith. Yes! And we're back on level terms. 85 minutes, and one of the substitutions, Johnny Smith, has got the goal. I didn't see how many goals he got for that. I was so enjoying the fact that we got back on level terms. What a good breakaway. And Johnny Smith puts it in the back of the net. Can we turn this around? This would be one heck of a match if we could. And it's all over. It's going to go to another replay. I think we replayed against, but this time it will be at Crawley Town. And a 1-1 draw. Hugel after 81 minutes. Johnny Smith 5 minutes later on 86, having made a number of changes to try and switch it around. And we've just managed to get our way by the skin of our teeth. We're going to have to play better than that. A, in League Two, and B, in the replay. So let's go and have a look and see what that does. I think there's a draw coming up, so we'll know who will be playing in the fourth round as well. So first up, let's go and have a look and see how that affects everything. Well, instead of the Crawley Town League Two match, in the next episode, it's going to be a Crawley Town FA Cup third round replay, and then Cambridge United. So still playing Crawley Town, just in the FA Cup and not thing. So it will be away as opposed to home. And well, yeah. So we're going to play Crawley Town 3 times in fairly quick succession. They will be happy with that 1-1 draw. We're not, and it's we're struggling to get through the FA Cup games, aren't we? But yeah, we're going to have to improve on how we played in that last game, which is a shame because we played really well against Northampton. So we're going to have to pick ourselves up and dust ourselves down and go again, I think, in the next match. So that's in the next episode. There is a draw coming up for the fourth round to see who we will play if we manage to get past Crawley Town. That's coming up next. And then we will have the game against Leyton Orient. And here is the draw for the Emirates FA Cup fourth round. Get the draw underway. You'll see all the teams in the pot there. Blackburn first out, and they will play Millwall. Wickham will play Buxton or Crawley Town. So we're going to play Wickham of League One in the next round if we can get through. Another test for us. We're not going to draw any more out. We're going to go to the end. Click on advance. There we go. There's the whole draw. Second out of the hat. And Bristol City will play Walsall or Cardiff. That was a tie and a half there for Bristol City. And who have Manchester City got? Manchester City got home to Southampton. That quite a tie as well. So there we go. We will be playing then, if we can get past Crawley Town. It's an away game at Wickham Wanderers. And it doesn't show up in the schedule yet because we've got to get past Crawley Town. But it is due around about here, the Doncaster game, if we are to get past them. So it'll be Crawley Town and Cambridge United and then come back for that. And Crawley Town again if we get there. So, mind you, I just despondent against the Crawley Town game. What we have to remember is that as it currently stands, they are, well, actually, Leyton Orient have played a game, but as I said, they are second behind us in the table, so shouldn't really be disappointed in as much as they are doing well. It's not like a side at the bottom of League Two. Anyway, let's get on with it. Leyton Orient, who are currently in second place, another team that's going to give us a bit of a game, I think. We are at Brisbane Road for this one. In League Two, it's now going to be another tough match. It's a tough episode. And this is the side that will face Leyton Orient in this Sky Bet League 2 match. It's Killip in goal. Linton, Williams, Smith and MacDonald make up the defensive line. Hume plays as a regista in a defensive midfield role behind Patterson and Camwar in central midfield, who are behind Walker and Moss as the wide players. Dobby leads the attack up front. On the bench, we have Prizebeck, Gamble, Jacob, Viner, Greaves, Smith and Omatoy. And here is how Leyton Orient face up. They're playing with a defensive midfielder very similar to our lineup. Conceded 23 goals in 30 games. And matching off against one another, pretty similar. Leyton Orient currently in second, having played a game more than us. And our first highlight, 11 minutes on the clock, and Patterson is fouled by James, and he's already on a yellow card. I think he's going to get sent off here. And they are down to 10 men. And our second highlight, Patterson heads that down to Camwar. Camwar finds Dobby, who pushes it out wide to Linton. Linton then comes forward and crosses the ball very deep for MacDonald. MacDonald chips it into the area. It's headed off the crossbar. Not headed off the crossbar, headed onto the crossbar. They have a free kick. 20 minutes on the clock. And one over the top. Williams heads that down and to MacDonald. Good defensive work. Moss comes forward. Can Moss get this ball into the area from that wide position? He's created a bit of space. It was a bit behind the two front players. Walker is there. Finds Hume. MacDonald. Smith. Very lacklustre that from MacDonald, and only just Smith managing to get there. It's chipped into the air. Tried to chip it into the area. Didn't get. Dobby through to Moss. Moss sort of sets himself up, but it's gone over the top. And a goal kick there. Get us back underway. And Hume wins that ball. Walker finds Camwar. Camwar now, is he going to have a go on his own? He is, but it was poor in the end. Linton with a throw-in on this near side. He's thrown it in, but not to anybody in particular. Walker does head it down, but they win the ball back. Very nearly half-time, and still looking for a way through. Had lots of shots, but again, nothing really on target. Nothing that we can say was a missed chance, really. That's going out wide, and MacDonald misses his thing. Clark has come forward. He's got Moncur there now. The ball through the loft, and Killip, I think, puts that wide. Ball into the area. Williams heads it sort of clear. Out of danger, then, should I say. Patterson gets ahead to that one and defensively puts it away. It's half-time. 9 shots, 2 on target, 0.45. It's been poor. Leyton Orient have had 3 shots, 2 on target, 0.25. They've also had the bulk of the possession, so we need to pick ourselves up and show a bit more impetus in the second half if we are going to take anything from this game. And we could, if we win this game, go some way in front. If we have a look at the table, if we can win this game, we're currently 16 points clear of Leyton Orient with the game in hand. If we can win this game, we would be 18 points clear of them with a game in hand. So it's quite imperative that we do a win today, because at the moment, Crawley Town are beating Crewe by 1-0. Our first highlight, 47 minutes on the clock. We've changed formation, and we've also gone a bit more attacking, really. Looking, they are down to 10 men after all, and we need to make them look like they're down to 10 men, not have them on the ascendancy. And see, that's the sort of play. Linton is going to get that. He's back to Killip, and we need to build from here. Williams. See, as aimless, build from the back if you're going to build from the back. It's gone out wide, and Oh, dear. Loft. Creates space for himself, and it's gone in. Could just see that coming. It's... Three defenders. Look, three of them here. Why isn't somebody marking him? Admittedly, Killup's got beaten by the thing, but... And you join us with 65 minutes on the clock. We've made three changes. Walker's moved out to the right. Smith has come on for Perry Moss, who just really wasn't doing it today at all. Patterson has gone into the attacking playmaker role behind Omotoy, who replaces Dobby up front. And Callum Hume has come off and Greaves has come on. So they are the swaps. We really need to be seeing that we can get something back in this game. And a highlight, but it's a highlight for Leyton Orient. And I'm hoping something will come of this. Killup rolls it out to Williams. Williams to Linton. Linton finds Patterson. Smith now on that left-hand side. Williams scoots one forward looking for Omotoy. Didn't find him. And we've lost the ball. But Patterson, who's playing in that attacking playmaker role now, wins it back. Linton into space. Omotoy, it's come back off the woodwork, I think, and saved. And it's all over. And we've lost to 10 men Leyton Orient. And totally abysmal. Totally abysmal. It was a poor game, poor match, and we've just done nothing. Absolutely nothing. And this side wants to go up. Dearie me, I'm going to lay into them in the team talk. We've had 17 shots, 7 of them on target, about 50%, and 0.94. We didn't have the possession. On another day, I'm sure we would get a result, but that is poor. They've had 5 shots, 3 on target, 0.35 on the XG, 53% possession. Not happy. Well, with that disappointing result, it's down to 13 points between us and Leyton Orient. Crawley Town on 52 in third place. So we're 15 points clear of Crawley Town. But Leyton Orient, we do have a game in hand over them, so that could be 16 points again by the time we win that game, if we can win that game. But obviously we've still got only that goal difference with Crawley Town, so 15 points possibly is the difference between us and second place. If we can win the game in hand, if we play like we did today, we've got no chance, and we've got to play Crawley Town again in the replay of the FA Cup, the Caribou Cup. I don't know which one are we playing in the FA Cup. Let's go and have a look. Yes, the FA Cup third round replay against Crawley Town coming up in the next episode. We've got to play a lot better than we did today. 10 men and losing 1-0. That is poor. Very, very poor. We've lost our way a little bit. We had a really good run here. And we seem to have lost our mojo a little bit. I think it was after we were tinkering once again, trying to tinker with the tactics. Maybe we need to go back to the 4-3-3-2 DM and stick with that and go back to as we were. I mean, we were doing reasonably well with that. Anyway, that's for me to work out before the next episode. But a poor way to end this episode, and very disappointing. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. I haven't. I'm really annoyed. If you haven't noticed, if you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all future episodes of To Be a Legend and any new series and our other series, making Chelsea stand proud. If you want to keep up to date what's happening, the best way to do it is to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideFM. That will keep you up to date all that's happening and when it's happening. New episodes To Be a Legend currently released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It'll be episode number 43 on Monday. Until then, I wish you a good weekend. Bye-bye.